Beerzerker! Alright. Barracks Brown from Wild Rose. Canadian Brown Ale at 5%. Alright, their tap room building is AF-23. I guess that must have been some type of military complex or barracks or whatever. And that's a half assumption. They weren't entirely clear on that, but they were kind of pointing to that. So, supposed to have notes of espresso, this and that. Let's do her up. Alright. Well, I would say that this is quite dark. For a brown ale, holy smokes. The head's got quite a bit of tan to it. It's looking pretty good. Pretty compact shit. Not a whole lot of aroma, but the aroma is pretty nice. Just getting CO2 for the most part right now. Yeah, you're not really seeing through it. I mean, you're getting a little bit through the bottom of the glass and stuff. Wow, it's quite dry. A slight stout-likeness to it. The head is really nice. It's very crisp. It's really weird. There's not a whole lot of maltiness to it. It's got a bit of a stout-like edge, but it doesn't have near the backbone of some of the stouts. And I just went to a birthday party and brought out 3 1-liter Howie Sound bottles that I had full of oatmeal stout that I'd made, and I've reviewed that Beersmith recipe. And that was some heavy-duty shit. And this is like that, but it's so clean. It's almost like you're getting all the crispness and the mouthfeel and everything, but there's not actually a whole lot of flavor. It's very drinkable. I would have to say that this is the least malty brown ale I've ever had. It's not even as malty as a lot of stouts. It's like a dry, low-calorie stout, but it's just extremely dark brown. Yeah, you're getting a slight amount of hops out of it. It's very well balanced. It's quite unique to me. I've never had anything quite like this. It's a little bit outside. It's performing quite nicely. It's lacing and everything, but it's a low carb, typical low carb style beverage here. It's crisp, dry, and refreshing, but you're just not getting that burnt flavor you pull out of a stout. So I'm guessing that this malt, if I had to make an assumption, I would say that it's not a crystal malt. It would be some other browned malt that was browned after it had been kiln dried. Yeah, that's all there is to say on it. It's very unintrusive, very drinkable. I really like this beer a lot for that on that basis alone, because so many brown ales are so super super heavy, which is nice or whatever, but they're not session beers. This is a session beer. It's burping up a little bit of hops there, so there's a little bit of hops in the finish and stuff. It's quite enjoyable. I just did their typical brown ale not too long ago, and I'd say I like this better. You are picking up a bit of coffee in this one. I like this a lot better than the regular brown ale, because the regular brown ale just found a bit filtered malty, I'll call it. I just reviewed that Pump House. It was the same way, but even worse. And then this is a level up, flavor-wise, recipe-wise. I'm a big fan of this. I do like Wild Rose's stuff. Generally, is quite awesome. But I would put this up as maybe one of their best brews that I've had from them. A very light mouthfeel, light bodied in the beer. Low carb, quite a bit of lacing. Like I said, there's a bit of a vegetable type hop in there. Well, a 6-minute review. This one's done. I don't know. It's at least a 9.5. You know. Nine and a half to a 10, depending on the person. I think it's damn near perfect, really. I'm really starting to pull out the hops in the back a lot more. So that lacing, there is a fair amount of hops in here. They're very nice hops. So it's between a 9 and a 10 for sure, and maybe even better. I mean, it's nothing wrong with this one at all. And that's out of 11. So 9 or 10 out of 11. So we're just off of a perfect beer here, I would say. So big cheers to Wild Rose for coming out with a brown ale that I'm a lot happier with than their regular brown. And if you're not happy with their regular brown, you definitely want to try this one. Beerzerker, and I'm out.